Disco!
Hey, kids.
Hey, Dad.
War crimes will be prosecuted.
Does the word mean anything to you?
Yeah, I chose this profession, so therefore I earned beer.
You want to go to the matinee?
The feeling is definitely there.
You don't know my name!
It's a new morning in America.
This is the old dude, Howard J. Reynolds.
Step into my office.
There's not going to be too many punks.
Now would you stop worrying about the punk?
Fuck you! That's my name!
Yeah, let's go to the punk rock show.
Introducing for your listening pleasure.
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
I'm Nate.
I'm Mike.
This is Mike.
I'm on the mic.
And together, we're the High Fives Podcast. And it's episode 20.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
How are you?
I'm good. You?
Good. Episode 20. It's all about movie references.
Yeah.
I think this was your idea.
Yeah, I had fun with this one.
Mm-hmm. I started out feeling like it was a big challenge. And then it started to get a little bit easier.
Yeah, I think it's a challenge in that probably things don't fly off the top of your head. Like, you can't be like, oh, that's that. So you have to actually, like, think a little bit.
Yeah. And
but there's...
I don't really like thinking.
No, who likes thinking?
Especially on something that doesn't pay us any money or doesn't level up my
I'm getting paid.
My status. Oh, you're getting paid. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it started out as a bit of a challenge. I realized very early on why you picked this, though, because I had to resort to the Google very early on in my search. It's sometimes what I do just to, help me browse through my own catalog a little bit. And I would say in the first 2 pages of Google, in looking for punk movie referenced songs, I'd say the first 2 pages are probably full of Misfits and The Clash.
Oh, right. I didn't even know that.
Your 2 favorite bands?
No, Misfits aren't my favorite band, but I like them.
One of them. Yeah. So, are there Misfits and Clash songs on your list?
Neither.
What?
I didn't do it. I thought it'd be too easy.
Wow.
I did think about.
You thought it'd be too easy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was right.
That's leveling it up for the fans.
Because you went that way.
And that's a big fuck you to Nate right there. I think that's the reason why you did it.
No. I just think it's a fun one. It
is a fun one.
There's a lot of, especially in punk, there's a lot of movie references and stuff, and like just even like one-liners in songs.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's another kind of thing about punk rock that's I think that makes it easy to identify with is that pop culture reference, right? Like most things within punk rock are, pop culture referenced or political or, it's relatable at the end of the day, right? So basically,
I'm a nerd that likes that kind of shit.
Aren't we all nerds within this genre?
Probably.
A little bit?
Probably.
A little bit. So anyways, episode 20.
Yeah, I didn't use the Google like you. I'm more of a Bing man. I binged it.
Still shouting out that Bing, hey?
No.
So clearly they're not the ones paying you.
What have you been listening to, Nate?
What have I been listening to? Well, holy fuck. Can I get a holy fuck?
Holy fuck.
Yeah, like there has been a shit ton of music since we last recorded. Like a shit ton.
And more coming. Like this month, I was like
nuts.
This month I was like, oh man. Like last night I was searching through iTunes to see what I was going to buy. And I was like, oh crap, there's so much stuff coming up next week. I can't buy this. Like stuff I would have maybe bought now, I'm waiting on because I know next week there's like 3 or 4 albums I want to buy. And the week after that, 3 or 4. So
yeah, no, it's been nuts.
This is not good in my wallet. But it's great for my ears.
What about your digital wallet? The one that doesn't really matter? They're just numbers at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not like cash is actually coming out of your wallet. It's
still
the proverbial wallet.
It still hurts it.
Yeah. Just don't look at the numbers, Mike. So what I've been listening to, well, despite the fact that I've been listening to a lot, I try to boil it down to just a couple because, we could spend the entire podcast just talking about that. But the thing that came out today that really piqued my interest, the new Joyce Manor. Cody.
Did you listen to it yet?
Yeah, I really like it.
That was one of the things I bought last night, and I didn't get a chance to listen to it yet.
Yeah, it's... I don't think Joyce Manor fans will like it because it's even more on the poppier side of things than their last record, and I think that's what kind of did it for their, not did it, but like a lot of their older fans, I think didn't really like that last record a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
didn't
that
know
was
that.
the sense I got. Like, and if you listen more to their back catalog, it's a little harder. It's a little, a little bit more on the hardcore spectrum, let's say. But this is definitely more in the emo direction.
I loved that last album. So I did hear the single for this.
Yeah,
and I liked it a lot. So
that single had like a total Weezer vibe for me about it, and I don't know if it's like that Weezer pop power chord progression that just kind of, I don't know what it was, but the second I heard it, I was like, oh, this kind of has a Weezer feel to it.
I didn't get it, but again, I haven't listened to the album enough,
Yeah.
so I'll have to listen to the album. But it wouldn't shock me.
Yeah, no, I really like it. It's got kind of a Jimmy World flavor to it, a little bit of Get Up Kids influence in it as well. So yeah, I would totally recommend it. And I can't believe those guys are only 26. There's a song in there that references the 26 age, which would have been a great song for last episode about growing up.
Well,
but
we could do a part
came
two
a
one
little
day.
too late. Yeah. So yeah, really enjoying that record. The Touche Amore record, Stage 4, just absolutely blew my mind. I didn't expect anything because I haven't really got into that band. Like, I'm a little too soft to really get into their stuff.
See, that's a band that I've never liked. And it's one of those bands that people have tried to shove down my throat. They're always like, oh, you'll love it. Like, you should just love it. And like, I saw them live even once, and nothing clicked for me.
No way.
But then you would mention, just listen to this album, and that first half of that album is awesome.
Yeah.
The second half kind of faded for me.
Right.
But that first half is just phenomenal.
Well, and I mean, and it's such a rare concept record. Like, I mean, I'm guessing it's his mom that died.
It sounds like it.
Of cancer.
Yeah.
And I mean, God, those first couple songs are like really, really heart-wrenching.
I think that's what got me. The lyrics are really
just raw.
Yeah, and it was good. Like, you could feel it felt real.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's a real story or if he's made it up, but it felt real.
Yeah. Well, and then the last song, which feels totally out of place, and the song before that, which is kind of a preview almost to the last song. Like, the last song almost sounds like The National. It's really weird and just
maybe that's
feels...
why I was like not digging it so much towards the end. Like, I just felt like it lost a lot of its oomph.
Right. I'd be curious to know kind of, I know that their release had like the LP had a ton of booklets and stuff like that to it. So I'm sure there's stuff in there. But yeah, it's, wow. Really, really good album. And then lastly, another band that kind of I didn't know anything about and didn't have much in the way of expectation is Microwave.
Oh yeah, I love that single.
I don't know which one's the single on it.
They had a video. I saw it maybe about a month ago.
Okay.
Because it's on Asian Man, right? Or
No, I
Side One
think
Dummy?
it's-
Side One Dummy.
Yeah, I think you're right. Side one. I was going to say Paper and Plastic, but
No,
you
it's
might
Side
be
One.
right.
It's Side One Dummy.
Okay.
And they had released the video, and the video is cool. I can't remember the song though now, so
Okay.
I apologize. I'm not prepared.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't know you were going to bring it up, but I still haven't listened to that full album yet either, because there's been so much.
Yeah.
But I've been meaning to, and like I said, I really like the single, so I can see why I would like it. But go on.
The record's called Much Love, and it's really like one of those kind of eclectic albums, and I think that's what I really like about it. But the variety within it still puts together a really solid album. And it's got kind of like locally, I hear like the dudes in some of their stuff who I really enjoy. There's kind of like a Rocky Fortune vibe about some of the songs, and then kind of like a piebald sound in there as well. So it's I've probably listened to it front to back like 6 or 7 times.
That's a
since
bold
it came
thing
out.
these days.
It's awesome. And one other thing I've learned like recently, and I think I've just kind of noticed it because there's been so much music, is all these like newer ish bands, like not bands like No Effects, Bad Religion, but like, you know, newer bands like Microwave or Touche Amore. All the albums now come out with just 10 songs.
I like that.
Yeah, I like it too, but it's become like this weird
Is that the number?
standard, I guess. Yeah. It's like 2 EPs put into one.
I'm going to look into this.
But like back in the day, right?
I can't-
Rancid and their 22 song LP.
Yeah, well. Some of that's filler.
You think?
I'm Tim. I'm gonna write another song.
16 of those.
Born in the East Bay.
East Bay 9.
Actually, I like that song.
It's a good song. Anyways, I don't know why you're making fun of Tim and Rancid, but that's what I'm listening to. Mike?
What am I listening to? Here's a shocker for me, is the Taking Back Sunday album.
Oh, yeah.
So, I had no desire to listen to this album. The last few, actually pretty much everything after the first 2 albums, I haven't liked very much. There's bits of it I like, but I had no expectations for it. And when I saw the single, the first video or something they released, it was like the singer saying like, we're going to play this song because it's so great. And I was like, fuck that. I didn't even make it to the song.
And it wasn't in jest. It was like, no, we really believe this song is the greatest thing you've ever heard.
So I was like, I'm not fucking listening to this. And then somewhere along the lines, I read like 4 or 5 really good reviews. And I'm like, oh, maybe it is good. So I almost wish that they weren't called Taking Back Sunday, because it doesn't sound like Taking Back Sunday to me. I don't know, does it to you?
It sounds a lot different than anything they've ever done before.
Like, to me, it sounds more like they tried to go the Gaslight Anthem route, or like just a more like rock.
Yeah, it's definitely more rock.
Like, yeah, you can like see Tom Petty influences and things like that, and like the riffs.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a pleasant surprise, and for some reason I can't stop listening to that album, and I feel really weird saying that, because I would never thought I'd ever say that again.
It's good. Like there's some cheesy lyrics kind of bedded in there, but it's a really
there's a ton of cheesy lyrics.
Yeah, but it's a really solid, listenable album.
Yeah, like, and it's a front to back listen, which is also really bizarre. Like, I just was not prepared for it.
Yeah. So
maybe it sucks, and I was just like, my expectations were so low.
Lowered expectation. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, I think it's a good album. I'll give you a high 5 on that one, Mike.
All right.
Yeah.
And the next one was the Apologies I Have None album, which is called Pharmacy. And it had been a few years since that band put something out, and I did a little bit of research into it, and I guess one of the main songwriters had left the band, so it was up to just
that'll do it. Just
one guy now is writing everything, and I don't know. I really like it. It's a little bit of a departure.
Yeah.
It's not as punky as the other one.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I really enjoy it. It's a front to back listen again, and it's got a pretty good. It's all about mental illnesses, from what I can gather. I don't know if you've listened to it much or not.
I've listened to it a couple times through, and I enjoyed it. Like it's definitely one of those like albums.
Yeah, like I don't think if you put like a song on like shuffle or like on a mix CD, it would ever like flow. It just. It's definitely just like a front to back listen, and it's got like, if you like the brand new album's name's escaping me.
Hotelier?
No, The Devil and God Are Raging Inside Me. I felt vibes of that album in there, and yeah, I like the Hotelier and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, if you like that kind of stuff, I check it out.
Yeah.
What else? No Effects.
Yes.
Do we want to go into this?
Yeah, we can.
Let's go into this No Effects album.
Okay.
What are your thoughts?
Well, on first listen, I don't want to say I was like disappointed, but I was kind of disappointed.
No, that's fair. I'm going to tell you I felt the exact same way.
Because Self-Entitled, I really enjoyed that record.
I love Self-Entitled. I would put that up there in my top No Effects albums.
Yeah.
I liked it. I thought it was real sounding, and I thought the lyrics were great and stuff.
Yeah. But I think they tried a lot of new things on this. And I will give them credit for that, because here's a band that's been going for over 25 years, and they're still trying to do new things. Like, it's not like a regurgitation, despite the fact that there were a couple songs on there that I'm like, I think I know this song from this album. But I did appreciate the production value, kind of putting in like those little demo bits into the songs. Mm-hmm. I kind of like that as, like a behind the scenes kind of feel to it.
I like that. I like that for sure.
The production felt a little weird too.
Yeah, I was going to say, did I don't know if it's me, but the recording seems weird.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like...
It's not as crisp.
It's not crisp or full.
Yeah.
Like, no, if the last... Since So Long and Thanks for All the Shoes,
yeah,
I'd say their albums felt very full.
Yeah.
And this does not. And I'm wondering if they were like trying to get back to like their punk rock, like early punk rock roots, because maybe down their when they were doing their memoir and stuff like that kind of like brought back some stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It doesn't feel like an album to me.
No, there's a lot of great... I would say there's a fair amount of really good songs on there, but like front to back... Yeah, it's kind of meh for me.
Whereas like the last album felt like a front to back album. Like I was excited to listen to it.
Yeah.
And I don't not like it. That's the weird thing is like I've listened to it now a bunch of times.
Yeah, me too.
And every time I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's cool. But I'm just like, yeah, something's just not clicking completely.
Yeah.
But I'm reading a lot of things where people are saying it's their best NoFX album ever. And like, I don't.
Wow.
Maybe it's just not clicking for me yet. I don't know. There's stuff, but there is definitely stuff I like. Like I love the first track.
Yeah.
And I like the last two, like the Tony Sly track and the last track are phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, and I think like for Fat Mike, this is like open and honest and like really vulnerable, which is not something we've ever really gotten from him.
See, that's what everyone's saying, but I thought like My Orphan Year is.
Sure, but that was kind of like a one-off.
I don't know.
So
I
think this whole album is more.
I feel like Coaster and Self-Entitled have a lot of that.
Maybe it's just because there's not as many like funny songs. Like even the funny song, like Oxymoronic, it still has a really serious tone and a really serious message to it. And maybe that's it. Is there's no real breakup of like Tegan and Sarah, you know, like
I guess.
that kind of tune in there.
And that's weird because I don't. Those are the NoFX songs. I'm not like 16-year-old me was like those are the best NoFX songs.
Right,
but
My
now,
Vagina.
Yeah, but now I'm like I could skip that if I
totally. But I think when you're listening to the record, they break it up.
Yeah, that could be it. Maybe that's just it. Maybe this is such a serious album that that's what's not clicking for me. It doesn't feel like an album, a NoFX album. Maybe it does. So, I guess we're probably beating it down, but
no, I mean it's a good record. Like, you know, I wouldn't say it's a bad record. It's not liberal animation, you know. So, but I think, you know, when you've been a band and you've been around this long, like look at Bad Religion. You know, it's not like they've put out real stellar records over the last couple of years. Like even like True North is pretty forgettable for me. The one before, I can't remember the name.
That's because they're all sounding the same. I guess
songs.
That's a good point. They're all sounding the same. At least NoFX is trying to do something a little
bit different.
No, it's cool.
So let's get on to the list.
Yeah, let's go.
So these are one more time. These are top 5 songs with a movie reference. So I'm coming out of the gates hard, Mike.
Is it the Descendants?
No Descendants on here. That's for another list.
Is it all?
Come on, man. I only revisited them last episode for like.
I'm just bugging you.
I know that we usually get there at like the second pick, not out of the gates. I'm coming for you. The first song is by a band called the Hex Dolls. I mean, these guys are pretty much like the kings of pop culture reference.
They do have a lot, actually.
Yeah, they do, and I love that. Like again, it's one of those things that makes it relatable, and you feel like it makes you more of an active listener than, you know, maybe like, you know, listening to rap and hearing somebody talk about, you know, rocks in their ears and
you can't relate to that.
No.
All right.
I have no rocks in my ears, Mike.
Doug,
but you have some nice rocks in your ears. So it is not, despite the tattoo on my stomach. The Hex Dolls, the song's called Ouch, My Childhood, and it's on the album Play With Heart.
That's some serious pop culture references in that song.
It is.
Just quick question with the Hex Dolls. Have you ever seen them live?
I have not.
You know what's weird? I've never seen them live. What is it?
Somebody was saying they come here all the time.
What are they? They're from Kamloops, right? Or Kelowna or something like that.
Yeah,
like,
I think are they based out of Vancouver now or still?
Oh, maybe they moved, but originally they were from like Cranbrook or Kamloops or something like that. That's like not far out from here.
No.
In Canada terms.
Yeah. 7 hours down the road is like
not
your next door neighbor.
Yeah. That's like
just going out for a bit, honey. Just heading over to Kamloops.
That's day
show. Back in
about
14 hours.
That's day show stuff.
Yeah.
You don't even need to stay at a hotel.
But no, I've never seen them.
No, either have I. So I'm gonna make an effort to see them next time they come through.
Nice.
Let's get to my song.
Let's do it.
Okay, well, since you picked the Hex Dolls, I'm gonna go with something along the same sort of lines.
I like that you create a little, you add a little DJ flair to this. You know, it's not just like you consider what I've selected and you select accordingly.
It's the thug life thing, Nate.
Yeah,
that's why I've got rocks in my ears.
Word
to your mom.
Okay, go.
All right, so the band I picked was Basketball Shorts.
Oh yes,
off their release Hot and Ready, and the song is called Magic Legs.
Magic Legs.
Which is a reference to Forrest Gump and Lieutenant Dan.
Of course it is. New legs, new legs. Yes.
So it's funny because this album also had, like the Hex Dolls had a couple references. It took me everything in my willpower not to use the Home Alone reference because, man, I've already messed around with Home Alone references on this show.
Yeah.
And
you're continually messing around with Home Alone references.
I'm a big Home Alone fan.
Yeah, well, who isn't?
It's my dream life. Sitting at home, shooting a BB gun.
At
Jumping
Daniel
on the bed.
Stern and Joe Pesci?
Yeah. What's Daniel Stern doing? He's got nothing going on right now.
You could probably book him.
Yeah.
How awesome would that be? Like, if you were some rich dude and you're like, I want to be Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone, and I'm going to hire Daniel Stern to come to and try and break into my house.
This is that's like when you see those old movies about rich people hunting people.
Dude, I would totally, if I had like a couple $1 million, if I had some rocks in my ears, I'd be hiring Daniel Stern. All right, the Hextalls.
And basketball shorts.
Another Star Wars or Indiana Jones. Now I pray I meet George Lucas so I can break his goddamn nose. I'd love to choke out Steven Spielberg and then catch like Michael Bay. Cause Bumblebee was in a fucking Camaro and the Ninja Turtles are from space. Another Karate Kid and then have a learn Kung Fu. Why wait for 30 years to make a Christmas Story 2? At least JJ and Disney can't make Star Wars any worse. Unless they transport Jar Jar Binks into the Star Trek universe. Why can't an awesome movie ever be enough? Why do we always have to wreck the things we love to jump the shark? Till we learn to mute the fridge. We're done with wrecking TV shows, so let's burn the movie bridge. Dear Ridley Scott, could you please not say that the aliens are Jesus and Prometheus? It didn't make any sense. At least you didn't hire the rating reboot king to cut Miami Vice and Total Recall. Fuck you, Colin Farrell, you're the devil. Fuck you, Colin Farrell, you're the devil. Fuck you, Michael Bay, you're the devil. Fuck you, George Lucas, you're the devil. Fuck you, Colin Farrell, you're the devil. Fuck you, Colin Farrell, you're the devil. Fuck you, Michael Bay, you're the devil. You ran it right into the ground. You ran it right into the ground. The sequels, the prequels, the reboots, worse each time around. You ran it right into the ground. You ran it right into the ground. You ran it.
Thought I'd try out my sea legs.
Well, you ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dane. Magic legs, magic legs, magic legs, magic legs. I went to Vietnam, and now my legs are gone. Woke up in the States, next to the guy I hate. Hospitals ain't my scene. I fucking hate ice cream. Magic legs.
I think that, like, with that Hex Dolls, though it's funny, like, there's a lot of truth to that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we live in this culture now where, maybe not so much. I don't know. Hollywood goes through these phases, right? But, like, we're still, I think, in the era of, let's just remake that. Let's just reboot that.
Dude,
let's just do this again.
TV this year. Every fucking thing, all the new TV shows were just, like, remakes of movies. Like, there was, like, that Uncle Buck show.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it sucked.
I don't have cable.
Yeah, but the new ones this year were, like, Exorcist.
An Uncle Buck show?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Who played Uncle Buck?
I don't know. I can't remember the character's name or the actor's name. There was also an Uncle Buck show when we were younger, too. I don't know if you
What?
remember. Yeah. Didn't do well. There was a Ferris Bueller show when we were kids, too.
I feel like I remember that. I don't know. Like but you can't do Uncle Buck with somebody other than John Candy. You just can't.
But I don't even get why you'd call it Uncle Buck. You could just be like
Fat Uncle.
It doesn't even.
Why would you pay? Why
would you pay the residuaries to like Uncle Buck's creators? You can just be like, oh, we got a reject uncle over here. He's gonna watch the kids this week.
Yeah,
it could be called like Uncle Jim.
Yeah,
and be like, well, I didn't put it together as Uncle Buck unless he looks like John Candy.
Yeah.
Then there was like Lethal Weapon, Exorcist, MacGyver, like everything.
Wow, that's horrible.
It was pretty pathetic.
Anyways, it's
kind of very true. Yeah. Come up with your own ideas, people.
Yeah.
As we do a podcast
or
that probably other people have done.
No one's done this.
No?
This is brand new.
Yeah.
This is brand new, Mike. Brand new idea.
Well, no one's hung out with us.
It's true.
We're pretty fucking cool.
All right, let's move on to our next choice. My next choice comes from a band that I really, really like, and they have hardly anything out on iTunes, but I recently found like a greatest hits or like a singles collection or something. It had like 20 songs on it. I had most of them, but a couple of them were from something else. I think they put out a bunch of EPs, but most of their ordering was like you had to order the LP or the vinyl to get the digital.
Yeah.
And I wasn't about to do that because I can't afford to be a record collector. So the song is called This Is My LJ, and the band's called The New Rochelles.
Oh, yes.
And it's off the album It's New. And the reference
I was just going to ask you, I don't know the reference.
From Full Metal Jacket, there's the soldier's prayer where they say, this is my rifle, there are many like it, but this one is mine. And they go into this big prayer while they're sitting in their bunks with their guns. So this is my rifle, this is my LJ.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with, I'll do Wolfface now.
Oh, very nice.
I know we've talked about...
There's going to be a few movie references within these records.
We've talked about them before.
For those who don't know what Wolfface is all about, why don't you?
Well, the band basically a Teen Wolf band.
They dress up like Teen Wolf. Yeah.
So pretty much every song is about Teen Wolf.
When we went to Fest, they were playing. We didn't see them, but I remember seeing one of the guys like in his Teen Wolf garb, like walking around the streets handing out flyers.
Like if I could I think if I could be in a band, if I was talented enough to be in a band, I would be in a band like that. I would have so much fun. I really wanted to get our Seinfeld band going. If only I was.
You've just released the best band idea ever.
Are we doing it?
I don't know.
We don't have time to do that. Plus,
we did a podcast instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably better because I can't play guitar or bass or sing.
One day.
One day.
I mean, you're not that old yet, Mike. You just think you are.
Anyway, Wolfface.
Look at the Rolling Stones, man.
Wolfface is a band based around Teen Wolf, and so a lot of the songs have to do with Teen Wolf or being a wolf.
A lot of them.
A lot of them.
I would say all of them.
The majority. Anyway, this is off the split what they did with Teenagers.
Oh, cool.
It came out.
That's a band that I kind of like too.
This song's called Boof Ain't Too Loose.
Boof. I never understood that name.
No, that can't be a real name.
But everyone calls her like.
That's her name in the show, in the movie.
No one makes another reference to it. Like you don't see her parents going, "Hey, Sandra."
No, it's
like
Boof.
It's Boof. Like I'm pretty sure her dad calls her Boof, and that's a weird name to give a kid. That's almost like Boner from Growing Pains.
I never. Why did all the sidekicks in the '80s have horrible nicknames?
Like sexual referenced, you know?
Is
like
Boof a sexual thing?
It sounds sexual, don't you think?
Boof?
Yeah. It sounds gross.
Yeah, I guess. Fuck, I boofed that.
Yeah. Yeah, or like, oh, she boofed all over me.
Oh.
No, that's exactly where my mind went.
Well, you're a horrible person.
You were thinking it.
Boof is a great character.
Great
a lot of heart.
Yeah. And she looks like somebody's mom too, right? Like
No, she's 80s hot.
No.
She's like Mallory.
No. Mallory's what, dude, I saw Family Ties recently and I was blown away. Like I felt like I didn't spend enough time with Mallory in my mind when I was a young man.
Oh, Mallory was a big crush of mine when I was a kid.
Yeah. More so I think for me now.
Oh, she's still pretty now.
Yeah, but no,
Listen,
Boof
we're
was
going on a
like
weird
somebody's mom. It was like, Michael J. Fox, did you bring your mom to the set? Hey, Michael J. Fox's mom, can you be in the movie? We got this character named Boof.
No, she's supposed to be like the every girl American.
It did not come across that way.
Who's apparently like your mom. Anyway,
my mom is an all-American. For all you curious people out there.
This is some Wolfface and some New Rochelle.
Here it is.
This is my rifle. There are many like it, but this one is mine. My rifle is my best friend. It is my life. I must master it as I must master my life.
This is my LJ. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my LJ. There are many like it, but this one's mine. This is my LJ. We're always together, we're doing time. I wear my LJ all year long. In the summer, I still got it on. But people tell me that it's replacing my skin. But that don't bother me, I'll be buried in it. This is my LJ. Oh, there are many like it, but this one's mine. This is my LJ. We're always together, we're doing time. Girl, if you wanna wear my jacket, please give me a sign. But I'm not sure that I would let you, 'cause it's one of a kind. This is my LJ. Well, there are many like it, but this one's mine. And this is my LJ. We're always together, we're doing time. And this is my LJ. And there are many like it, but this one's mine. And this is my LJ. We're always together, we're doing time.
Scott, if you ever need someone to talk to, if something's bothering you, I'll understand.
Not this time, Boof. You won't understand.
Used to think that the beautiful blonde was a good thing. Like a letter on my jacket. Used to take for granted the girl always near me when I was a nobody. But now that I have changed, she shares a wink. Come hither, stare. She pulls me near, so I take her just like a wolf in heat. I how she screams when I tasted that girl. She tastes like so many other guys with the trace of celebrity, but boo, she ain't true. When I tasted that girl, she tastes like so many other guys with the trace of celebrity, but boo, she ain't true. They say that blondes have more fun. I think I've had my fill. Her insides are black as coal. I recall when I asked her out before now, and she treated me so cold. But now that I have changed, she shares a wink. Come hither, stare. She pulls me near, so I take her just like a wolf in heat. I how she screams when I tasted that girl. She tastes like so many other guys with the trace of celebrity, but boo, she ain't true.
So I didn't know what an LJ was for the longest time.
I have no clue. But I don't know what boofing is either.
No. Well, I don't either. And I'm just telling you what I think boofing is. It's a leather jacket, which I didn't realize. And being a punk rocker who really likes bands like the Ramones, you would think that I would know that, but I don't.
I just tried to picture you in a leather jacket and I laughed. Do you have a leather jacket?
No.
Yeah,
I never had one.
I don't think you're a
Fonzie jacket.
I don't think you're a leather jacket kind of guy.
No.
I'm not either.
No.
For the record, I look ridiculous in that kind of stuff too.
Yeah.
So only certain people can pull it off.
Yeah, I think everyone... No, I don't want to say everyone looks ridiculous in it.
No, lots of people pull it off.
Yeah.
I just can't. And
They can't look new, though. That's the other thing about those jackets. They can't look brand new. Like, if you buy it brand new, I feel like you got to run it over with your car a couple times. And I'm not that guy. Like, I like to keep everything as pristine as possible for as long as possible. All right. Here's on to my next pick. This is a band that I feel like a group of us used to like them and have moved away from them over the years.
Were we a gang of people?
Well, like...
A posse?
I feel like Justin was like a big fan of this band at one point.
Okay. Sorry, I'm going to stop interrupting.
They're kind of like that metal punk crossover sound. Anyways, the band's called Avenged Sevenfold.
Oh.
And this is an old track, and the track's called Bat Country, which I didn't know was like basically written about Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
But it is.
It is.
Yeah, and when I listened to the lyrics after finding out it was about that, I'm like, how did I not figure this out before? But I also didn't know what LJ stood for, so there's no real big surprises anymore.
Yeah, actually, I used to really like Avenged Sevenfold, and at some point they crossed over into being just lame cock rocky.
Yeah, like pop metal or something. I don't know what happened, but like those first 2 records, and I actually got into them like from Guitar Hero, I think, like one of the songs on there.
Yeah, I don't know. Justin and me were really into them, and like I saw them live a bunch of times. I like the first 3 albums, maybe.
I feel like they'd be a good live band. No?
Yes and no. They were pretty douchey.
Yeah.
There's a lot of American flags and like...
Oh, really?
Motley Crue hair and like...
Oh, that kind of surprises me.
They were pretty... Yeah.
Anyways, I like this song. I've always kind of liked this song. I think I have 2 or 3 songs in my catalog, and this was one of them, so...
It's a good song. It's like one of their best ones, I think.
Yeah, me too. Me too, for sure. And, I mean, Fear and Loathing... that was a big moment for me. I actually started reading books after once I heard about Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and then had a big love affair for Hunter S. Thompson. And have you read Fear and Loathing or any of Hunter's stuff?
I don't like Fear and Loathing, actually.
No?
And I'm just not interested in Hunter S. Thompson.
No.
Thompson. Yeah. Bleh.
Okay.
Bleh. Bleh. I'm gonna go with a Red City Radio song.
Red City Radio. I'm excited to hear which one it is.
I went with No One Believes in Moons and Goochers.
Okay.
Do you know the reference?
I don't.
That's a surprise.
Jesus.
No, it's a pretty small reference, but it's from Stand By Me.
Okay.
So there's a scene in Stand By Me where...
Yeah, I know the movie well.
I think...
Clearly not that well.
I'm pretty sure it's when they're playing the coin game to go into the convenience store and cross over where the dog is.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the dog's name is right now. The one that says, like, they say sick balls. Or
yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, Vern says something and Teddy goes to him, like, no one believes in moons and goochers.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know if the song has anything to do with it, but the title is about it. So,
titles are good. Titles work.
Yeah. I tried to look up what a moon and goocher was.
Yeah.
And
nothing.
There's nothing on the Google or the Bing. I did find one subreddit that said that it's a reference to another Stephen King novel.
Oh, okay.
Which is kind of interesting that he would reference his own novel in.
Yeah, it is
in a story.
But he did a lot of that stuff within his movies, right? Like he's in, although I don't think he's in Stand By Me or I don't think he's in Shawshank. but he's in like almost all of his other movies.
Oh, really?
Like he plays like some really small, insignificant role, or like an extra that's, you know, if you looked for him, you'd find him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he might even be in those movies.
He could be.
Yeah. But they're both from the same book, different seasons, right? Yeah. And I remember there being a moon on the cover of that. Maybe it's got something to do with like the collection of different seasons.
I have no clue.
No.
But that's the closest I could find, is that Stephen King made up the term moons and goochers, and it's like from another one of his novels.
Oh.
So
I like that.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. Back to Red City Radio. This is a band, like, this is off the EP, and I think it's weird when a band puts out an EP that's so great, but then they've never been able to do anything as good as the EP, in my opinion. I don't know how you feel about them.
The EP was like the first release?
It's the one that's to the Sons of and Daughters of Woody Guthrie or something like that.
Yeah. It's a great EP. Yeah. No, I'd probably agree with you on that.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Like, when I heard that EP, I was like, oh, this band is going to blow up.
Yeah.
And then the next album was good, but not as good. And then the one after that, I think everyone was just like, it's going to be so good. It's going to be so good.
Yeah.
And it's like so boring.
Yeah.
It's weird. Anyway.
I felt that way about their latest record too. I was pumped for it, and it just kind of faded to the background.
But this EP, if any of those songs come on, I love it.
Yeah.
So let's hear some Avenged Sevenfold and some Red City Radio.
Yeah, I don't know if you really link these up, DJ.
Yeah, sorry.
Suddenly, there was a terrible roar all around us, and the sky was full of what looked like huge bats, all swooping and screeching and diving around the car. And a voice was screaming, "Holy Jesus, where are these goddamn animals?"
Bracken and those guys got wiped out on Weed Hill in Durham, Billy told me they were slipping for beers. And they came up with a Gucci just before they got into the car. And bang! They all got totaled. I don't like this. Sincerely.
Verno! Nobody believes that crap about moons and Gucci's. It's baby stuff. Now come on, flip again.
I don't want my children to inherit a war that I don't even believe in. When I hear the sound to the bombs on the ground, get a little bit of sky to the waterland. This is the last song I ever recorded. These are the last words that I ever spoke. Let it be known. My days will be beyond. Oh, for a better tomorrow. Ceasefire. Never broke this silence. Peaceful progression denied. I don't think that they can see there's a better way. There's a better way to divide. Go down to one end and out the other end. Go down to one end and out the other end. We stand here, you never listen. Last song I ever recorded. These are the last words I ever spoke. Let it be known. This is what the bring it home. All I wanna do is bring it home. There's an irony of being an American's a bunch of truth, but we can piss on a veteran, beats herself, the history. There's a beauty in my ending. Shots ring out in a heated crowd. Brothers and sisters are crying aloud. It's your brothers and your brothers are nowhere to be found. Chaos that is this world. And through one ear and out the other end. And through one ear and out the other end. We stand here, you never listen. All along, they set you up. On and on and on. All along, they set you up. On and on and on. On and on and on and on. Set sail for the new horizon by dawn. We will be at a new world. Set sail for the new horizon by dawn. Set sail for the new horizon by dawn. We will be at a new world. Set sail for the new horizon by dawn. We will be at a new
Yeah, it just reminded me how much I really like that EP. It's good. It's great.
It's so good.
And it's recorded really well too. Like it's I don't know, there's a lot of good stuff about a first record in there.
Yeah, I've always wondered why they could never recreate that energy. But maybe it is even recording.
Yeah.
Maybe it's when you get a little bit more money, and sometimes how an album is recorded can really make you feel different. Like I don't know how to I stumbled trying to say that, but you know what I'm trying to get at, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like sometimes when something's overproduced, or you think you're probably doing the smart thing by being like, oh, well, we should record the drums like really well this time or something.
Yeah.
Or, we've got to make it sound really crisp, and you
48 tracks of drums.
Like you lose something. You lose the energy of a band sometimes. Like sometimes just like off the floor recording might sound better for your band. I mean, obviously some bands benefit from better production and whatnot. So,
and I apologize for the length of that Avenged Sevenfold song.
Well, I like to hear a lot of what?
It's pretty operatic. I told you I was a little bit stumped with this topic. Okay, moving on. So my next pick, I'm going to tell you the album because I don't think you'll guess it. The album's called Lechuza. Nothing?
Lechuzia.
Z-A.
I know this. I can picture it in my head, but I don't know it.
What's it got on the cover?
No, I can picture the title in my head. I just
you can't see the cover.
I can't.
Okay. Well, this whole song is about an actress who appeared in a movie called Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Oh, it's Phoenix TX then, right?
It
or River
is.
Phoenix or whatever their name was at this time.
Yeah, Phoenix TX.
Oh, Phoebe Cates, right?
Yeah,
I almost picked it because it's a great song.
It is a great song.
It's really
it's
their
the only good song on that record.
It's their only good song.
I feel like I listened to one of their other records, but I had this one at one point, and then it got lost somewhere in the CD to digital shuffle, and so I ended up downloading it again because I really like the song Phoebe Cates, but was kind of bummed with the record. But that song is awesome.
And Phoebe Cates is a babe.
Yeah. See, there's good 80s material right there.
She's no boof.
No, she's so much better than boof. But like that movie, I don't know when you first saw it. When did you first see it?
When I was a kid. My parents weren't like, they weren't strict at all. They were just like, if they wanted to watch something, we got to watch it with them.
Oh, cool.
So I saw all those kind of movies when I was a kid.
I don't think I saw it till I was like in my early 20s.
What?
Yeah. Oh. And it holds up.
Oh, it's still
it's still
so
a
good.
wicked coming of age movie.
I watch it like once a year.
It's hilarious. And like the people, there's not, Sean Penn to come out of there, that's pretty big. And Eric Stoltz, Forrest Whitaker, Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Judge Reinhold?
Yeah.
He was the guy boofing in the bathroom.
But Phoebe Cates, not much. I don't think she had a big career after.
Yeah, she did a couple things, and I think I read once that she got married and kind of just disappeared.
She was married to Kevin Kline at one point, if not still.
Yeah, maybe even still. Like I think.
Way to go, Kevin.
Way to go up.
Yeah. But like there was one, Mark Rat in the movie.
Yeah.
The only other thing I think he was in was Police Academy 4, and the only reason I know that is because the year that my parents bought like a VCR, for Christmas for the family, we got Wildcats with Goldie Hawn, Batman 1 with Michael Keaton, and we got what was the movie Police Academy 4.
Nice.
And so I watched all those movies many, many times. And he's one of the skateboarders with David Spade.
David Spade?
Yeah, he's a skateboarder.
I think
and Tony Hawk's in that movie too.
Awesome.
Yeah. But so that's the song I picked, Phoebe Cates. Michael, to you.
I went with a Gaslight Anthem song.
Oh, nice. They talk a lot about movies.
Oh, yeah, they got tons of references.
Yeah.
Within this song, there's 2 references.
Nice.
I went with I Could Have Been a Contender. Do you know the movie?
The Contender?
No.
Okay. Does it have anything to do with Bruce Springsteen?
No.
Okay.
Probably in the song.
The Wrestler? No.
It's On the Waterfront.
I don't know that movie.
It's like I've never actually seen it. Well, you know what? That's a lie. I've seen.
Why are you lying about dumb shit like that?
Well,
that's weird. Save your lies.
No, when I was in university, I had to take a history of film class.
Okay, I took one of those too.
So, we'd watch like chunks of movies and then relate it to the period of history that was going on at the time.
Okay.
And so I've seen chunks of this, but it's a movie with Marlon Brando.
Ah.
Where he was.
Oh, this is like one of his big movies before The Godfather, right?
Oh, like 1954, I think.
Okay. I feel like somebody was telling me about this the
other
day.
Like, I think this is in the...
I had no idea Marlon Brando was like an actor before The Godfather. And they were like, he was like the man. Yeah. He was like Clark Gable.
Yeah, like this is like...
I had no idea, because he was an ugly man, like...
No, this is like when he was like a heartthrob and like...
That's crazy to me.
In the movie, he was a...
It's like saying Bob Barker was a heartthrob at one point.
You're just picturing, what's that awful movie... Last one he did when he was like with the zoo animals or whatever.
Oh yeah, Dr. something.
Yeah, Dr. Moreau's.
I never saw it. I heard it was really bad though.
Yeah, it's horrible. But Marlon Brando is like a human blob.
I heard, excuse me, I heard somebody on a podcast recently who's also in that movie, like plays one of the animals. I think I was telling you. Oh, Ron Perlman, and he was talking about like what it was like to work with Brando and like what a dick he was the first day he showed up.
Oh, I've heard there's some really funny. I think there's a How Did This Get Made on that one, and the stuff about Brando is amazing in it. Like, like he had people fanning him and things like that.
Oh yeah,
and like he wouldn't talk to anybody.
Yeah, and this was like Ron Perlman's break.
Ouch. Well, it was supposed to be a big movie. I remember seeing the drive-in.
Yeah,
and it was like everyone. I walked out and I was like, "What the fuck was that?" I think John Travolta's in it too, maybe.
Oh, probably.
Anyway, in On the Waterfront's supposed to be a really good movie. And it was. I remember enjoying bits of it, but I'm not one that goes and watches 50s movies too often.
No.
But it's totally that film noir era. And he's like, it's about mobsters, and he was a fighter, and his brother and a mob boss kind of told him to throw a fight, but he could have been like a big star in boxing, but they told him to throw a fight so they could win. And then I believe he becomes engulfed in the mob part.
Is there any part where 50 Cent comes out and says, "This is the last round"?
It's totally like that. That's basically that movie.
I think I've seen that movie once or twice under a different name.
It's the last round. And then the other reference in there is The Wizard of Oz. He says something like, "You're going to be my Judy Garland. We're going to get that Tin Man's heart."
Oh, cool.
And I think the line "Broken Dreams" is probably a reference to On the Waterfront as well.
I was this was one of those bands that came up while I was doing the Googling, and I was like, I knew that they had like kind of a songwriting ethic similar to Bruce Springsteen. They come from New Jersey, they had kind of like that new sound that kind of, it sounded like an evolution of Bruce in a way, right? And I was just thought it was their sound and kind of like that blue collar band, right? Like, but they reference him a shit ton, like in their music.
Yeah,
which I hadn't realized.
Someone told me that like almost every single one of their songs references either another singer, band, a song, and a lot of them are Bruce Springsteen or New Jersey,
right?
And like,
and it doesn't bother me.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's cool that it's cool that when someone's so aware of what they do.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and they hide it well, obviously, right? Because I could probably sing along to half their songs and wouldn't even know, the reference.
All right, let's hear some music.
Phoenix TX and
Gaslight Anthem.
You've never given a blowjob? Never? Stace, there's nothing to it. It's so easy. Relax your throat muscles. Don't bite. Just slide it in.
Playing the same old games, 'cause I know I can't win.
understand. I could have had class. I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody. Instead of a bum, which is what I am. Let's face it.
I'm broken, I'm hungry, hard up and I'm lonely. I've been dancing on this killing floor for years. Of the few things I am certain, the captain of my burden. I'm sorry, dog, I could never stop the rain. Once you said I was your hero, you would dance with me on a dime. We could spin this world right round and catch back up on the flip side. I was gonna get this real big engine. I was gonna get them Broadway stars. You were gonna be my Judy Garland. We were gonna share your Tin Man heart. There's a dirty wind blowing. There's a storm front coming in. There's an SOS on the seas tonight. Steady now. Soldier, hold fast now. It's heads or tails and heart attacks and broken dreams tonight. We used to drive all night, all over town. We go waltzing Matilda when Matilda came around. Sing them blues to you. There's a dirty wind blowing. There's a storm front coming in. There's an SOS on the seas tonight. Steady now. Soldier, hold fast now. It's heads or tails and heart attacks and broken dreams tonight. There's a dirty wind blowing. There's a storm front coming in. There's an SOS on the seas tonight. Steady now. Soldier, hold fast now. It's heads or tails and heart attacks and broken dreams tonight. There's a dirty wind blowing. There's a storm front coming in. There's an SOS on the seas tonight. Steady now. Soldier, hold fast now. It's heads or tails and heart attacks and broken dreams and heart attacks and broken dreams. Atlantis is my only dream tonight.
So that was a pretty cool song about 50 Cent saying this is the last round.
It's the last round.
Because this is the last round. Right here. This is pick number 5. All right.
You could be my Judy Garland, Nate.
I could be your Tin Man.
No, Judy Garland.
Oh, I'm Judy Garland. You're my Tin Man?
You got nicer eyes.
That's true. They're nice. Halloween's coming up. It snowed today.
Fucked up.
Like, what is going on? I can't really remember a time that it snowed this early in October. Usually that first, I'm not going to be one of those fuckheads that talks, like whines about it, but I'm a little bit disappointed. I also had to work in it tonight.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah. Because I know that there's like 9 months of work in this shit now. Yeah. So I think I can whine a little bit about it.
No, you can whine. Okay. I went with grinding my gears what grinded my gears last time. Snow grinds your gears. It's all good. Snow in early October.
Yeah, like way too early.
But when we were kids, it always snowed on Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween. We're like 20 days away from more than 20 days away from Halloween.
Yeah. I feel like after
that's like a month. That's like a month early. Sometimes it's still like 20 degrees.
Yeah, but it could be 20 degrees in like 3 days.
It could be.
Could be.
I don't think it will be.
I don't think it will be.
No. They're saying it's supposed to be really cold this winter too.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that.
Me neither.
Can we move this Can someone pay for this podcast to be moved to like Phoenix or like?
Yeah, or Australia.
Yeah,
These fucking guys talking about how nice it is. It's 20 degrees all the time there.
Those jerks.
They're like, oh, it's winter. It's 20 degrees. I'm on the beach.
But like I said in our WhatsApp chat to them, they can enjoy their poisonous snakes.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's a little plug for the WhatsApp chat. You want to get on the WhatsApp chat?
You hear all sorts of things.
Send us a message.
That's the kind of stuff we talk about.
See, we embed little subliminal things like that in our show, and then we talk about them very directly right after. Okay,
let's get to your song.
So,
is it about the weather?
It's not about the weather. It's about a movie, actually.
Oh. The Weatherman?
No, that was actually a pretty good movie, though. Come on, Nick Cage.
Is he in that?
Yeah, he's the main. He's the lead. It was It was pre-fraud charges, though. So he still cared about acting at that point. You should see it.
Actually, he's in Fast Times.
Is he?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he's in Fast Times, I think, too.
I don't think so.
Like,
we're gonna have to look this up.
We're gonna Bing this right after this.
Bing it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's wrap this up. This is our last pick. Do you want to say thanks to anybody?
Oh, lots of people. We had quite a few listens again on our last episode.
Yeah. Mike likes to do the thank you. I don't really like it.
Yeah. Nate doesn't care about you.
No.
I do. We had some cool podcast submissions last time. We had like Joel from Australia did his own version of our podcast.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was like a podcast within a podcast of a podcast.
I'm pretty impressed.
Talking about a podcast.
Thanks for taking the time to do that.
It was definitely worth a listen. We should put a link up on the site.
Yeah, actually, we should. Sorry, I should have done that a while ago.
It's Mike's job.
I'm a jerk.
Yeah.
And I got a pretty cool mix CD with like 4 lists.
I did not get a mix CD, but I did get A Dozen Roses.
Yes. Did you?
No.
I was going to send you the mix CD. It's for us to share.
Oh. Well, I still don't have it.
Yeah. Anyway, I sent you the lists.
That's true.
But
for me to post on the site.
Yeah. Get to work.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you all for listening and keep listening. Apparently, Mixcloud's changing their app.
What?
To make it better. Those are their
okay.
Their words, not mine. They're going to make it better and more user-friendly, so hopefully that helps some of you out.
Oftentimes it's to make it worse. So yeah. I'm glad it's to make it better. That's good.
Keep listening on there if possible, or download it, or however you're listening. Thanks, and we really appreciate it.
We really do.
Let's get to your song.
Let's get to mine, and then we'll get to yours. I guarantee you won't know this record. Well, not the record. You might know the record. The record name is Kiddo. Anything?
I'm drawing a blank.
Okay. I don't know if you've ever listened to this band. I'm looking at you. I don't know why. They're called the Fairmounts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. You do listen to them?
Oh, well, you actually gave me a couple songs.
Turned you on to them?
Yeah.
They remind me, I don't know if it's because I saw a video and they all looked like if I was a teenager and my dad started a band, that's what they look like to me.
I think some teenagers look like that. I think it's cool to look like a dad.
They all look like dads, like T-shirts tucked into their jeans kind of stuff. Except the lead singer. He doesn't look like a dad. But they remind me of the Refreshments. I don't know why, but they do.
I don't know the Refreshments.
You know that everybody knows that the world is full of stupid people. You know that song.
I'm drawing a blank.
Oh, man. Anyways, we'll probably edit that out.
No, I like that song.
The song, this is from one of my favorite movies of all time.
Ooh.
I love this movie. I saw it in the theaters when I was a kid. I've owned the VHS, the DVD, and now the Blu-ray. And I'll probably have a digital copy of it.
Are you getting a digital copy?
The song name is called Devlin McGregor.
I have no idea.
Nothing.
What's the movie?
It's the pharmaceutical company that conspired to kill Richard Kimball's wife.
That's a freaking insane reference. That's your favorite movie, The Fugitive?
Yeah. Well, no. In fairness, I did not say my favorite movie. I said one of my favorite movie is Silence of the Lambs.
All right. I can get
one of my favorite.
Fugitive?
Yeah,
really?
man. Yeah. It's so good. It's so good. Come on, Mike. It's so good. Just say it.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's so good.
It's so good, Nate.
So good.
I do
and
like
the drug was Provasic. That was the drug that they were peddling at the time. You find that man.
Is that like fentanyl now?
Yeah, probably.
All right.
Probably not that dangerous.
Probably not.
No.
His wife did end up dead.
Well, but not from drugs. He hit her with a bowling ball, I think. And caved her skull in with a bowling ball.
Hey, Paul.
Anyways, that's the song. Devlin McGregor by the Faramounts. Go.
I went with a Bad Astronaut song.
Ah. Did you, just as a little subtext to that, Joey Cape just recently put out a acoustic record and
I did not
on
know
1
that.
week.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And it's, they didn't say, I think it's Lagwagon and Bad Astronaut songs.
He does a lot of these weird solo parts, like Scorpios.
Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff, man.
The Playing Favorites. But it seems to be the same group of characters in all those bands. And I don't really know a ton about Bad Astronaut, and I don't know. I knew the drummer was the drummer from Mad Caddies.
Oh, I didn't know that.
At that time.
Oh, I didn't know that at all.
Maybe he was in another band as well.
Huh.
Anyway, the song I picked was Logan's Run.
Okay.
And have you ever seen Logan's Run?
That's a movie?
Yeah, I'm guessing you haven't if you just said, is that a movie?
It sounds like maybe something Disney made with like a dog and a cat.
No.
Oh.
It's like it's one of those like 70s like futuristic world ones, like sci-fi things where the world's like
in a world where the long is run.
Yeah.
Like that?
Exactly. It's basically a movie about where young people live until they're about 30 and then they kill you.
Oh.
For survival. So
for survival
of the human race or whatever. But I believe Logan was a person that killed people that were 30.
Okay.
But then he turns 30 and then he has to run to escape these people. And there's like weird robots and like an ice world, and there's old people that they find an old man and they're all frozen. I can't remember. See, the weird thing about Logan's Run is it's one of those movies that's referenced a lot, and I've seen bits of it and know a lot about it, but I've never actually seen it. Do you ever have any of those movies where you're like, you know so much about it because people talk about it? And
Yeah,
it's almost like it's almost like you've seen it, but you've never actually seen it. So I'm just like, I think that's what it's all about based on it. I mean, there's like a whole comic series about it.
I think you should see it.
I watched the trailer. It's probably too dated. It looks
I think
like
the title is pretty. It's like they put no effort into that title.
Farrah Fawcett's in it.
Well, it's worth watching then. In the 70s?
Yeah,
I'd watch that.
Yeah,
and I don't like sci-fi.
No, it might be too sci-fi for me actually. Anyway, this is a song about the movie Logan's Run.
Nice. So, what's it called?
Logan's Run.
Oh, wow. So they took a bad title and repurposed it.
His name's Logan in the movie.
It's coming full circle.
He's running.
Back to the Hextolls song. Full circle.
Well, I'm sure there's going to be a remake of Logan's Run. It seems like
full circle
that they remake.
Full circle. Full circle.
We're High Fives Podcast. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Listen up, ladies and gentlemen. Our fugitive has been on the run for 90 minutes. Average foot speed over uneven ground, barring injuries, 4 miles an hour. That gives us a radius of 6 miles. What I want out of each and every one of you is a hard target search of every gas station, residence, warehouse, farmhouse, hen house, outhouse, or doghouse in that area. Checkpoints go up at 15 miles. Your fugitive's name is Dr. Richard Kimball.
Now I'm on
Why show me?
Because I'm going to run.
Why tell me?
You know something.
About running? Dying? What?
Both, but running is what I'm interested in.
Strong, and you will be renewed.
I was raised in a tragedy by slaves, where kids are drug addicts, so they are bored and lazy. Still, I return to my hometown, and it's just like going to a funeral. And all of them are dying in love with paradise. Idle conversation makes them wise. Did you hear the one about Greg? A rare talent, he was unsung until the blow came. No one really does, they just get fun. A legacy to retire young, and all of them are drowning the waves of apathy. Trust fund junkies slamming the debris. It's our dream. But now and then I miss her masochistic hands, fulfilling empty plans. And all of us are lying on golden shores of greed. We're dead by 30, dead by 30, dead in daydream.
Whoa. What was
That was a weird stomach noise. Can we edit that out?
You've got a Night of the Living Dead shirt on. It was like your shirt just spoke to me for a moment there.